Hello. We are back. It's time for the Guardian Legend. Which is, again, it's just a game just full of banger tracks. It's a whole lot of fun. And it's easy to die a lot, like the demo just did. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. No ceremony here, no manipulations. Just, let's shoot some stuff. Or not. We'll just sit in the corner. Ow. Ow. Cursed asteroids. So, legitimately, the first boss in the game might be one of the hardest ones to deal with, primarily because you don't have auto-fire yet. Like, or rather, auto-fire is that, which is insufficient. I'm gonna be playing this a little bit safer than I would in like an actual any percent speedrun, because you go really aggressive on this boss. Because you just burn through. You effectively can deal damage to the boss just by being on its hitbox. I'm done mashing Evo. I'm gonna come over here and get this rapid fire, and then now our sweet auto fire is actually, I think it's supposed to go down. It's supposed to go down. Read your notes. It's fine. Ouch. It is indeed a very legitimate strat in this game. Just picked up a blue lander right there, which increased my maximum health. My health is represented by the blue bar at the bottom. And if I hold select right here, then we just skip the transition scene right there. And we don't watch Myria turn from a girl into a ship. We just skip the whole thing. That's speedrunning for you. It's a cool animation, but speedrunning... There's no place for that in our speedruns. You do a lot of what would be referred to as score farming, where you intentionally want to try to kill a bunch of stuff to bring your score up, because your score does trigger level ups at certain points. There are score-based level ups in the game. It's like 30,000 and 100,000. And the key ones here are going to be at 500,000 points and 1 million points. And if the run goes well enough, which it probably will, but it's also fine if it doesn't. We'll make do. But if the run goes well enough, we should ideally hit that 500,000 point mark right as we get to the middle of the boss fight in Corridor 8. And we should get the 1 million point level up right as we are in the middle of the final boss fight. That's what we're aiming for. So again, there's another example of just score farming. Like I could just hold down my auto fire and destroy this thing. But I won't. I want to have around 70,000 points when I get to this boss, and I'm at 72,000, so that's good. It's where I want to be, there or thereabouts. We get to kill a fish. Here's the fish. Just stick the saber right in its eyeball. And it dies. Again, holding select here. And we skip the transition back. And that's one boss down. So the story behind this game is you're trying to trigger the self-destruct mechanism on this planet because really bad things have taken over it. And the self-destruct sequence is locked behind 10 locks that are in each of the 10 corridors. That was a lot of damage that I just took. There's little mini bosses on the overworld here, like this guy, like this crab. And they have special power-ups that they are guarding. So I just picked up a fireball from that one, which will come in handy at some point later. And by some point later, I mean right now. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, yeah. That sounds like it would do me in as well. Guy's dangerous. The cool thing, once you're almost dead, you have what is referred to as the 0 health hitbox. Now in shmups, that means that your pixels, like your sprite, your hitbox rather, is only a single pixel, which is why I can like walk over this power up and not pick it up because I'm at 0 health. But as soon as I am no longer 0 health, then everything can hurt just fine. So we're death warping here. And I want to go left. A blessing and a curse. That is for sure, Evo. 100%. Like, the good thing is hardly anything can hit you. And the bad thing is good luck picking anything up ever. Ever, ever, ever. So, every time or almost every time that we complete a corridor, we get a key. And the key is usually just a shape. In this case, it was a moon key. Man, those things hurt. So that allows us to access all of these different portals with the moon key on it. That increases our attack power. I'm gonna take the health. I didn't like how low on health I was. There's another rapid fire. So we can attack even more rapidly than we did before. We're gonna go ahead and grab more power-ups from some mini-bosses here. That was a red lander. So what that does is that increases your maximum health by 1, but it also increases your maximum chip. Now I might hear you ask, Yells, what's chip? And you say, it's American for crisp. Actually, nobody would say that. Actually, I'm gonna go to Saber here. Yeah, the damage in this game can get pretty hectic, which is why a lot of, like, speedrun strats, particularly in any percent, quite wildly bank on you skipping more and more shield buffs. And again, do some bubble farming there. Because there's some enemies that, there's those eye stalks, and then there's these guys that fly in off the side of the screen. And we just want to farm all those bubbles. As many of them as we can. Because they're worth way more to us than the actual enemy itself. Oops. No. Let's get distracted killing the starfish. But yeah, so the 10 corridors each have, or there are 10 locks stopping the self-destruct mechanism. You have to defeat the boss of each of the 10 corridors in order to unlock it. But then you also need to unlock each corridor. Now those are little puzzle pieces scattered throughout the game. Some are more interesting than others. Some are more straightforward than others. Some are kind of funny. I actually like the sense of humor in this game. I think it's pretty good. Alright, cool. 136,000. I'm aiming for roughly 135,000 score. That's good. And we get to fight a crawfish. Gonna be above the eyes here, so that we don't get destroyed by those claws. And it's dead. Just like that. So now, for the any percent speedrun, this next section here is where all runs go to die, or at least most of them do. Because they put a pretty heavy skill check in this game pretty early on, and speedrun strats make it even more ridiculous, frankly. Because we're gonna go to Corridor 3, and we're gonna fight a boss called Optomon. You may have seen him before. Just a big old eyeball. Fuzzy eyeball. That shoots strands of, I don't know, spaghetti? Something akin to spaghetti. And they hurt a lot. But first, a flower. Okay. So we picked up an extra shield down there and another lander to get our maximum health up some more. Now we're headed to Corridor 3, where Optomon is hopefully kind to us. We are going to be aggressive, at least at the start, and we'll see how it goes. So this is a blessed corridor, because in order to unlock the corridor, you just have to stand here for 20 seconds, and then it unlocks. It truly is magnificent. Actually, I wanted to go to Cutter. It's okay. Oops, don't pause. We can go to Cutter now. So yeah. Corridor 3. Like I said, any percent runs go to die here a lot. And we want to get Cutter out, which it's because we're going to be super duper aggressive with Optomon, at least at the start. I at least want to give it a shot. There is the Schmitty Games Optomon Cutter kill that I want to try to do. It is my preferred method. A little bullet hell action. Everybody's favorite. Some asteroids just for fun. And there are some pomegranates up here that I want to make sure they don't burst, because if they get too far down the screen, they split into like 15 pieces. And nobody likes that. Here's one. Just pop it. Pop this next one too. And one more. Nope, we're not going to kill him. Okay. This is where I want to be. There or thereabouts. So it's not Optomon that hurts, it's the noodles that hurt. So you try not to hit the noodles. Okay. So, now the question is, can we survive? No, we can't. Because he just completely baffled me with that noodle sequence, because they can go fast or slow. And you can't predict which one it's going to be. Unfortunately. That's okay. We'll just try again. But yeah, we weren't taking much damage. Yep, good old Optomon. Absolutely. We weren't taking much damage from him himself. It was just we needed to dodge the noodles a bit better. And you know what? Sometimes you just can't. Now we do it again. Lucky for us, Corridor 3 is not terribly long, and you don't have to wait the 20 seconds to open it again. And it's not a terribly difficult corridor except for the boss. Yeah, I can understand that. Hey, you get a little too high on him and he starts shooting the other way. Okay, we gotta be a little careful here. We're a lot careful. The corridor is not that hard, Yells said. Almost dies. It's fine. And we're doing great. Yeah. Makes sense. It's like as a going theory, until you see him fire it backwards, that is a pretty good idea. Okay, we'll try it again. Didn't take that long. Couple of minutes. Okay. My gosh. Okay, that's fine. It's really unfortunate when he just sets up a big old wall right in the center. Like, it's not even really a matter of dodging. I don't even really have any room to dodge. Yeah, absolutely. Just pinned down immediately. You switch to Fireball because the Fireball is a bit more versatile. You can just kind of... It moves slowly, so you can fire it and then just leave. You can just leave. Hit the bricks. But, as it goes... You can't actually leave if there are noodles in your way. And even a 1 pixel hitbox won't save you from a wall, for instance. That is A-okay. And unfortunately, as it were, there really isn't anything that you can do, genuinely, in the run. In the game, really. There isn't really much you can do as far as, like, getting additional safeties at this point. You don't have keys to unlock other areas of the map. You're really just kind of stuck. Like, this is the wall for the game. I am dead. I'm so dead. Oh, did I soft lock the game? I think I menued as soon as I got hit. So, that's cool. Yeah, by the way, you soft lock the game if you do that. Makes me wonder, do I have a save state that starts me off right around there? Let's find out. Let's find out together, shall we? Don't actually know. This is before that. That's good. That's a good sign. There you go. It's fine. Yeah, by the way, if you go to the item menu on the same, like, frame that you die, the game locks. Oh, wow. Let's try it again. I actually thought I had him that time. There we go. See how easy it is? So easy. So obviously the run isn't valid at this point, but like I was nowhere near PB the moment I died the first time anyway. And I want to show you the game because it's one of my favorite NES games. So we'll keep playing. And I'm just fortunate that I had a save state that was right there. So that way you don't have to like wait 20 minutes while I do the first 20 minutes of the run again. We can just go. And I mean, this is a save state that basically picks up exactly where my run was. Like there's nothing, I don't have anything extra or special or anything like that. I am precisely where you found me before. And we're off to Corridor 4. But that is the Guardian Legend any percent in a nutshell. Is get runs to Optimon, die a lot, try not to cry, cry anyway. Got that blue lander, which increases our maximum health. In the any percent speedrun, not necessarily getting that one any longer, which is really frightening. But I just came back to speedrunning this game. And I want to try to get on the podium. Maybe push for a sub 50. Would be kind of nice. So, to open this corridor, we need to talk to this shopkeeper 4 times in a row. It doesn't give any indication that you're achieving that goal until you get to here. And he says, I see you're trying very hard, I will unlock Corridor 4. Gosh, thanks. Pick up another power up there. And then we can go into Corridor 4. So you'll see that for some of these corridors, the background moves a whole lot faster. And while it might seem like that's just for show, that actually ramps up the difficulty a lot. because the drops in this game, you'll notice after I kill a certain, you might not really pick it up, but it is specifically after I kill a certain number of enemies, or like enemies that generate enough like of a value that advances the item counter. Once you kill enough of them, a drop appears that can refill your health or refill your chip. By the way, your chip, apart from just being, you know, American for crisp, it is the total amount of ammo that you have to use for secondary weapons, like your saber that I'm firing out the front of my ship, like the cutter that I was holding out along the sides of my ship. And it becomes very important that you have a good maximum amount of ammo for your secondary weapons, because they are so critical to late game success. But the background scrolling really fast is important because, oh my gosh. It's important because the drops, once they finally land, once you can actually like get to them, you have to like shoot them to open them. And then once you shoot them to open them, then you can pick them up. Like that. But they attach themselves to the scrolling background. So if the background is scrolling by really fast, then you might not be able to pick it up in time. You may have a very, very short window to collect that item. Actually did myself a disservice by picking up that full health regen during the boss fight, because I want to die here for speed. There we go. So a little bit slow. But that's fine. And we're going to take some extra safeties because this game's hard. I'll take that extra blue lander. I mean, technically no, Ant, because I do run Final Fantasy IV. Really, I did run Final Fantasy IV, which is the honest answer. And the dishonest answer is that, like, the longest game that I run was, like, one of the first games I ever ran, which is Super Tennis. But we don't talk about Super Tennis. Actually, is there a... I'm trying to remember if there's like a land... I feel like there's a lander over here. Like an extra one over here. Yeah, that's what I thought. We'll take it. Lots of really cool enemies in this game. This one we need to kind of mess with because it hurts a lot. Oh, hey. There we go. Didn't get him up high enough. We basically need to get him up high enough to get him stuck in the wall because he hurts like the dickens. The trick to opening that corridor is you actually have to, like, the clue is that you need to use the sub-weapon on the corridor to unlock it. Which is, it seems like it's the same clue as for Corridor 1. You literally, like, go up to the door and you just, like, smack it with your saber and then it eventually opens. But that's not what this one meant. This one, the clue literally means go up to the word corridor and use your sub-weapon on the word corridor. Because this game is very funny and I like its sense of humor. But yeah, I guess to go back to your thought there, Ant, Yeah, technically this is the longest NES game that I speedrun. If you exclude category extensions like Completionist and RCR. Which still clocks in at like a little under 20 minutes longer than any percent for this. Yeah, like traditional categories. 8 and 8 Tecmo Super Bowl simulation seasons take about 4 to 5 hours and they're very fun. I haven't done one in a while. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it was last RGLove that I, oh, was I supposed to die there? I'm supposed to die there, I think. That's fine, I'll die here. I scrolled down on my notes before actually taking the death warp. That's my own fault. Can't be trusted with these notes. I'm like, this doesn't look like where I'm supposed to turn at all. Alright, come over here. We're gonna get ourselves an extra shield. Yeah, I think it was last RGLove I did just a one game, I think it was, like getting rushing yards with Randall Cunningham. It sounds like me. I did a couple of sports games for RGLove last time. I think I managed to get 700 yards, which isn't bad, but like, no way could I do it with the consistency that you folks do it. Oh, I'm sorry. With QB Eagles. Don't want to get in trouble with the NFLPA. Yeah, exactly. So this level is all about like lag management, but it gives you lots of opportunities to farm a bunch of points. Because these volcanoes just spew sprites, and you can leave them on screen a bit longer, and you can farm the heck out of them if you want to. But if you leave them on too long, like, you can already see the impact. Like, the lag is tremendous. Oh, I wonder if it hurt. Oh well. So for this guy, I'm going to sit here right on the eye and chip. And then on 3 and shot. Or in like the tens digit, basically. He should die in 2 cycles, but you do need to be like in his hitbox for a bit in order to do that. and I was not. But that's fine. This is the one where we don't take a death blow. Can't buy that yet. Really want to buy that red lander, but we need 600 chip, and our maximum chip isn't even 600 yet. Alas. I actually don't want that. So, like, enticing to just, you see a box on the floor, to open it up and see what's inside. So the neat thing about getting shield upgrades is that if you get enough of them, a neat quirk, a neat addition to them is that your maximum movement speed on this section of the world, on the overworld, increases. So now, I'm zooming, because I've picked enough of them up. And I picked up another one, now we're extra zooming. So much like Corridor 4, we have to talk to the shopkeeper 4 times in a row. This one, you literally just need to go into the corridor room 4 times in a row. And in we go to Corridor 7. Corridor 7 introduces us to these laser ships, these little guys. And let me tell you, they hurt a lot. Like a whole lot. Like, you do not want to be a part of this. If you can help it, stay away from them, stay away from their laser beams. As it is, I feel like I've already done a little too much action in here. There we go. So you can see I'm really low on health now. This corridor also introduces us these little green guys that are impervious to all damage, all like attacking stuff. You just have to run into them. You have to just collide with them. They don't deal damage to you when you collide with them. They just explode. I gotta be careful. There's a couple more laser ships like that one that I just ran headlong into. Cool. It's really unfortunate. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure that I could even pick it up. Should have called for photosensitivity warning there. Sorry about that, but they're really dangerous for a second where the item drop was overlapping the boss, and I was nervous that I wasn't going to be able to pick it up without dying. But we got there in the end. But because I used so many enemy erasers, I'm gonna take a little detour here to try to get some extra ones. Our movement speed is so fast that we can now clip through single tile walls, like this one, and grab those extra enemy erasers. Isn't that nice? I thought it was nice. Is this the way I wanted to go? I think it is. Yeah, I think this is the red lander that I want to get. Now with that red lander, our maximum chip count has gone up to 800 from 400, which means that we can now afford the red lander in that shop that costs 600 chip. And since red landers increase your maximum chip count, now our maximum chip count is 1200, which is a lot. Which is a lot, and it's very good. So. Now, what I feel like we'll do, just to be extra safe, is we're gonna go and fight one of the worst overworld mini-bosses, which is the red version of the flower over here. It's got so much health. It just soaks and soaks and soaks and soaks. But it does drop a red lander, and now our maximum chip is 1600. Which is a lot. So I believe the hint for opening up Corridor 8, they just say it's no use. They forget how to do it. Literally, if you set your sub-weapon to no use, and then press it, that's what does it. Actually, we want enemy erasers for this. A little bit of photosensitivity. There's just so much going on in this one that our workaround is to just use enemy erasers that do a full screen clear. Laser ships. Okay. Just barely got to where I wanted to get to, health-wise. Now it's time for Grim Grin. The thumb shredder of sorts. If you don't speedrun Marble Madness, I hear this boss is really bad on your thumbs. If you do, then you don't really notice. So there's my 500,000 point one-up, or like, yeah, level up rather. That was the intentional score routing where like halfway through this boss fight, I would just level up, and when you level up, your maximum health goes up, your health fully refills, and your chip fully refills. All good things. Good stuff. Okay. I'm gonna do a little bit of score farming at a couple of critical locations to try to help coax my score along, because we're now going to get into the really hard section of the game. Because corridors 9 and 10 are just really, really tough. And my primary focus is in those corridors is just not dying. Whereas, like, I would say the focus for higher level speedrunners than myself is to also farm for score. just something I don't have the capabilities for at the present moment. I'm gonna go down here and grab an extra blue lander. Another one of those quick asides that doesn't take that much time, but when you're trying to shave time off for a speed run. Is this, do I want this? Yeah. That's the red lander, yeah, got it. Just making sure. Cutter. Alright. So our shots, our auto fire is nice and wide now because we've got so much chip. Because by the way, having chip also increases the how good your auto fire is. Like it's either, if you have no chip, it's super duper thin and not very useful. Full health regen that I really could have used right then. This a heart, which is good. We're good there. About to get to the pomegranates here, which is fine, because this is where we would normally refill our health. Let them split, and then pop them. You basically get one drop every single time, at least. Good, more enemy erasers, nice. Okay. There's a specific spot you're trying to line up there that I'm not hitting, which is fine. But there's good hitboxes and bad hitboxes when it comes to that specific type of boss. And we really do want to see if we can position ourselves on the good part where we're just taking little bits of damage here and there. Hey, Zardy, how we doing? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. One problem with having 2400 chip is that sometimes your shot is so wide you can't shoot what's right in front of you. So it goes. Alright, off we go. Right. Like, why isn't it doing the thing? I didn't have it equipped. Case in point, could not shoot the block that was directly in front of me. Another cool thing you can do is you can do a little chip glitch here. If you open up a catty corner spot like this and just hold down and right, it'll just give you chip forever as long as you hold down and right. Like, obviously there's a limit to what your maximum chip can be, but picking up chip also regenerates your health, so if you were really low on health, that's a really good thing to do. It can help you get a quick refill. Again, walking fast means we can clip through walls. Actually, I think I want to pop this one for a score, right? Most likely. That one might have been a good one too, but that's okay. Ouch. keep that. It's a full health regen. Save it in case we run into issues. By issues, I mean we have to do... we die in 10 and have to come back. Just a big old windy path. In this one, to unlock it, you just have to fire your auto fire for 10 seconds. And then it opens. So this one, this is the hardest corridor in the whole game. It's kind of got the same challenges as Corridor 9, except now the background is going to start moving really fast. Which means that we're going to have a heck of a time getting drops. We just got to try to be careful. Good full health refill there. Missed the heart. Missed that heart too. Because again, it's just moving so fast. There we go. Got a drop there. Got 2 drops there, which is nice. And another full health refill. Good. And it's slowing down. Thank goodness. Doing a little bit of farming because I feel like I'm behind on score. Take a heart? Oh no, it's more enemy resources. Okay, that's fine. This should be a heart. This chip, and so the next drop is not going to be a heart, it's going to be a blue chip. Which is not good. There's the blue chip. So you can see we are taking damage, but we are taking it in small chunks. There we go. That was the right lineup. Lovely. Alright, so I did farm a bit, and now our score looks a tiny bit high. So I will, as I navigate through the last bit of the run, because now we're going to the end. We've, broken all the 10 seals, so now we can start the self-destruct mechanism, or that either that or that has started the auto self-destruct mechanism, and now it's just time to get out of Dodge. So here is Corridor 21. And there's a boss rush. Because everybody loves a boss rush. Okay, I mean, that's good. That means that the next drop will be heart. need, and the next one will also be a heart, which I also need. Okay, we desperately need health. There we go. One of the cool things that you can do with enemy erasers, which is the thing that flashes the screen like that and kills all enemies on the screen. I'm taking a lot of damage again. Is that as it goes, you can farm drops simply by holding down, like just by spamming the enemy eraser over and over again. The way it ends up working is that like you kill an enemy, and then like while the flashing is occurring for the enemy to die, you can then hit it again, and it's almost like the enemy's corpse dies a second time. And so you can just like keep like popping it over and over again, and like you just end up, oh gosh, okay. You just rack up tons and tons of drops. Here's a bombardier. The second boss out of this boss rush that we never saw because we didn't do all of the corridors. Which is fine. And our score is too high. We did too much farming because I thought we were falling behind earlier. So I did a bit of extra farming, and we're gonna pay the price here, I think, because ultimately I'm glad for the extra enemy erasers. Okay, we're at 987. So you'd want to be like closer to like 975. So that you hit the 1,000,000-point level up a bit closer to the line, a bit like further into the final boss fight than you are. But that's okay. Try not to kill too many things, because I just don't want to take damage. Okay. Final boss time. Final boss's name is It. Basically, your job here is to avoid the bubbles. It'll fire these little like rocket ships out of itself, and then the bubbles pop out of it as well. The bubbles hurt like heck. You don't want to run into them if you can help it. Here comes my 1,000,000 points. So now I didn't really get a chance to deplete my resources efficiently before getting the refill, so this boss fight is also very long. We're also positioning ourselves in just such a way that that the cutter, which is actually a pair of sprites on top of each other, or like next to each other, we're hitting it in such a way that we're placing the section between the two sprites right on top of the eye. Okay, we are a little too low in health for my liking. Okay. Take our health. Thank you very much. Yo, Sin, how we doing? There we go. No problem. Problem solved. Hooray! We did the thing. It is dead. We set the estimate nice and generous, just in case we ran into problems, just like we did. And everything's fine. Everything is fixed. It's a great game. It's a hard game, but it's a great game. I've been working on like de-rusting to try to get myself back to see if I can improve my 6-year-old PB, which is like 52 minutes and 2 seconds. And one of the big time saves, you can save 40 seconds by skipping a single shield pickup, but holy moly, does skipping that single shield pickup make a massive difference. Like, everything already hurt before, and now it hurts even more. But this game's great. I would say it doesn't really get enough love as far as the NES catalog goes, but it's super duper fun. Can't recommend it enough. And yeah, again, one last reminder before I hand it off to all 4 of them and Ant and Shema for some StarCraft. This is RGLove. We are here presenting for you a week of games that we love. And we're looking to just raise a little bit of money for the channel to try to, just help keep the channel going. Because computers aren't free. You know what I mean? And so, again, anything you can pitch in is super helpful. We just want to keep giving you all the best retro content out there on Twitch. So, thanks so much, everybody. I'm going to hand it off now. Everybody have a great night.